Welcome back to day 3 of our America's Most Wanted Hellcat swap on our 2023 Jeep Gladiator. Today we're going to start doing a little bit with the drivetrain. We're going to take the transfer case apart, take it off of the original drivetrain. We're going to take it apart. We're going to swap on the billet input shaft and input assembly from America's Most Wanted. Get this thing ready to set up for the driveline being installed in the vehicle. Next step is we've got to take this housing, which is the input housing from the transfer case. We are not going to use this one on the build. We are going to use the input planetaries. We're going to come over here. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this guy right here, this input assembly off of the America's Most Wanted Hellcat transmission. And we're going to build this onto that transfer case, and this transfer case is going to go onto here. And it's cool and green. The sun spills out over my skin on the sun. So the transfer case input assembly has been removed from our transmission here. Brought it over here, and now we're going to put this transfer case together with the new input housing and get this thing ready to go onto the transmission. Transfer case, waiting for the silicone to dry on that. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to harvest the transmission harness from this engine. We need the transmission harness, which is actually the starter harness as well. After that, we're going to go put it on the other vehicle, or one of the other engines. So will you meet me in the middle, where the deep knows your name? And sink with me into the riptide and be free again.
What we're doing here is changing the starter signal wire from the Pentastar style connector to a Pentastar connector.
We've got the starter and transmission harness installed on our new engine way over there in the corner. What we've got over here, let's just show you some of the paint that we got. Paint here. Motor mounts painted. Looks real good in here. Rusting, primed first, gonna dried and painted it. So next step, what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove the exhaust from this, because obviously this Sad little V6 exhaust. This not very big around at all is going out, and when the engine goes in, this guy right here, which is a little bit bigger around, is what we're going to be installing. Make this thing breathe a little better. So next step, we're going to pull the exhaust out of this. Exhaust has been removed. Add it over to the pile of things we've removed here. Next, we've got a couple minutes. So what I'm going to do is all these spots we need to grind off the rock sliders, all the welds for the rock sliders, both sides. I'm going to come in here with a flapper disc and just go over everything, get it completely cleaned up and sanded up. We don't want any of this rust or any of this weld, and we got to go to weld it back on. So now's as good a time as any to clean her up. So that's what we're gonna got everything cleaned up on the sides here, down to bare metal. We have some weld through zinc primer coming. We've got everything cleaned up with soapy water, then washed off with water afterwards. We got nothing to contaminate the primer. Once the primer gets here, should be later this afternoon, we're going to spray this all up so that everything is is primed, so there's no bare metal behind anything that we weld. So when we weld the plates over here and just weld this side of it, all of this will be covered with a weldable primer, so that just to protect the frame for future corrosion. What we're doing now is draining the fuel tank in preparation for getting ready for the aftermarket fuel pump that we have to install. Obviously, the Hellcat requires a lot more volume and pressure than the Pentastar does. So we're just disconnected the fuel pump connector. We're running straight power and ground from our battery here. We're draining into a container. Because we have to modify the fuel tank, and we don't want to be drilling and leaving particulate and junk inside. Obviously not in the fuel, that would be terrible. And also because this engine is not going to run on anything other than premium. So I'm not sure what's in this tank. We are going to get a hold of the customer, ask him if this is premium. If it is, great, that can go right back in when I'm done. Otherwise, we're going to have to fill this thing up with premium, because this supercharged Hellcat motor is not going to like regular fuel. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to get this thing ready, open up this engine compartment a little bit. We're going to remove the electric power steering pump, because we are going to go with the hydraulic pump on the engine in this case. Hellcat makes all the torque in the world, so it shouldn't have any problem spinning a hydraulic power steering pump. So that's next thing we're going to do. Last thing we're going to do today, my welder primer just showed up. So we're going to lay a coat of primer on all of these bare spots so that everything is ready to be primed and painted, and welded first, then painted when we're done. to make sure we don't have any rust build up underneath the rock sliders. It's kind of what was happening once we cut those off. We found some rusty areas, so prevent that from happening in the future. So give that probably 10-15 minutes to flash. We'll hit it with another coat, and that'll be it for this evening. So catch you tomorrow with continuation. Hopefully we get the engine set in tomorrow.